What's up, everyone? I am so excited to show this video to you, but I wanted to give you a little bit of context before it gets started. So, we were on safari in the Tarangire National Park in Tanzania, and we came across these four lions that were laying on the edge of this water. And there was lots of other people there watching them, and us and our guides, we decided that there was a great opportunity here if we waited it out for potentially to see a lion hunt or a lion kill, which is kind of like just such a miracle to be able to see in the wild. So we waited it out. And as you'll see when you're watching the first part of the video scene, I want you to pay attention. You'll see three lions. There's two lionesses here, and there's two young males. But what you can't see when the video starts is one of the males that is to the left of the video, and you'll see he's the one that kind of starts the chase, kind of jumps the gun. So, and then after that, you'll see the lions, they retreated, and then you'll see that they come back, and you'll see an elephant come, and you'll kind of see what happens there, and then they come back, and then a big Cape buffalo comes, and you'll see what happens there. So enjoy the video, and we'll talk more about the lessons from this video after it finishes.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that. So you might not have been able to tell from the video, but the hunt was a failure. You can see a screenshot here of where one of the lions did get on the back of the zebra, but you couldn't tell because the water was splashing up. But around the tree there, the zebra kicks that lion off of his back, and the hunt ended, and you'll see what happens next. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did experiencing it. Truly a chance of a lifetime to be able to witness that. And after it was over, I just started thinking there's so many lessons that entrepreneurs can learn from watching these lions. So I wanted to share a few lessons that I think we can all get from that. First one is persistence over perfection. Lions aren't perfect. And I think sometimes in my mind, it was like, oh, they're the king of the jungle. They're going to win every time. But reality is, lions only succeed 20 to 30% of the times they're hunting, but they keep on going. So as entrepreneurs, we have to understand that most of our sales attempts, most of our ideas, they won't work, but resilience is the name of the game, right? You don't need to win every time. You just need to win enough to eat. The second lesson, lions, they hunt in a pride. They hunt in groups. They use teamwork. They use strategy. We sat and watched those lions. You only saw right when it happened, but we had been there for, as the zebras started coming in, it was probably 10 minutes when they got there, and when those zebras started coming in, they laid down and they just kept waiting and had their strategy. So, entrepreneurs, who build teams, who collaborate, who surround themselves with stronger partners are going to go further and are going to hunt bigger goals. Third lesson is patience and planning. Lions, they stalk and they wait for the right moment. again, we kept watching them, and it was like they knew the more zebras that got in the water and the further they got in the water, the better chance they were going to have. So entrepreneurs, we win with strategy, not just hustle. Right? Lions don't just hustle. It's not about the hustle. It's about having the right strategy. So do your market research, know your customer, and then strike when the odds are in your favor. The next lesson that I learned is failure doesn't change your identity, right? A lion isn't less of a lion because it missed a kill. They didn't have their head down like, oh, I'm not a winner anymore. I'm not a leader anymore because I missed this kill. So for us, we have to realize that failure doesn't define you. So you have to keep your belief strong. Even if you fail, you're still a leader. You're still a builder. You're still an entrepreneur. Next lesson, don't rush. Strategy and timing matter, right? That lion in the back, the young male, and if you learn anything about lions, the ladies are really the best hunters. But that young male is there, and he probably had a big ego, and he wanted to go quicker, and he jumped the gun. So for us, like ambition without alignment, all of the lines I don't think were aligned with jumping at that time. So ambition without alignment can blow your shot. So you have to trust your team. You have to follow the plan. You have to You have to wait for the right moment to strike. And the final lesson, which is an important one, return like a lion, right? Every time they were chased off. So after they missed that kill, they returned to that spot and they laid under the trees. And then the elephant came and pushed them off, and then they returned back. It took them a little while to get back together, and they returned back and they laid under the tree. So they kept calmly returning to the point they were chased from. And so true leaders, right? True leaders don't panic. They adapt and they persist. That's what these lions had to do. And so, just like the elephant showed up, sometimes in business, giants are going to show up out of nowhere. That could be competitors, that could be setbacks, that could be powerful forces outside of our control. So sometimes you may just have to move, you may have to regroup, but that doesn't mean you're out of the game. Right? We left at that time, but I assure you, those lions kept hunting, and I'm sure you eventually they won just like we can as entrepreneurs. So some incredible lessons we can learn from lions. I've already learned some other lessons from some other animals while I've been here in Africa. So I'm going to be putting together some more videos. So make sure you hit subscribe down there so you can catch the rest of the lessons that we can learn from the animals in Africa. Talk to you soon.